In the last session, we have seen four types of amplifier, namely voltage amplifier, current amplifier, transconductance amplifier, and transimpedance amplifier or transresistance amplifier. In this session, we are going to study the complete analysis of voltage amplifier with feedback. It is also called as series shunt feedback amplifier because on the input side, to subtract voltage, the input voltage is in series opposition with the feedback voltage, while on output side, the input side of the feedback network is connected in parallel with the output side of the feed-forward amplifier. We are going to see the analysis of this amplifier in two different cases. The first case is the ideal case where where the feedback network doesn't load the feed-forward amplifier. Now feed-forward amplifier is a voltage amplifier, so its model will be as shown here. So it has the input impedance Ri, the voltage dependent voltage source AV into Vi, where Vi is a voltage across Ri, and the output impedance is equal to Ro. So this is the generic model of voltage amplifier. Now we can call these quantities because when we apply, suppose a voltage source Vs at the input of this voltage amplifier, the gain will be equal to, and the output voltage is taken across the open circuited output terminal. So this output voltage is VO. So we can see that VO is equal to AV into Vi, where Vi is equal to Vs. So we have VO divided by Vs is equal to AV. So this quantity is called as AV close or AV open, that is a open loop gain of voltage amplifier, which is given by AV. Similarly, we can see that R in open loop input impedance of this amplifier is equal to Ri, while open loop output impedance is equal to Ro. Now when this amplifier is used in a feedback configuration where the feedback network is ideal. Now you should understand that the feedback network has input quantity as a voltage and output quantities also as a voltage. So in such case, the feedback network will have, if it is ideal, its input impedance will be infinite. So R in will be infinite, while the output side will be having the voltage. So if this voltage is VO, this will be beta into VO. Output impedance is 0. So this is the feedback network. So this is input side of the feedback network, and this is output side of the feedback network. Now this has to be connected in the feedback with the feed forward amplifier that is shown here. So we'll get a circuit something like this. So we have Ri, this voltage is Vi, then we have AV into Vi, voltage controlled voltage source, and output impedance is equal to Ro. Output side of the feed forward amplifier is connected to the input side of the feedback network. So this is the input side of the feedback network. This is VO plus minus. This is connected in parallel with so this is output voltage VO, and we have beta into V naught. So output side of the feedback network is connected in series with the input side of the feed forward amplifier. So this is Vs plus minus. So this voltage is Vf. Okay, so this is the feedback network. This is the feedback network. This is ideal, while this is the feed forward amplifier. This is feed forward amplifier. This is the input side of the feedback network. This is the input side. Well, this is output side of the feedback network. Now we have to find out the expression for AV closed, R in closed, that is the input impedance of the overall amplifier with feedback, and R out closed. Now we will see the expressions for these three quantities, three parameters with voltage amplifier with feedback. These expressions will be used for solving the examples. Now we can see that first we will see the derivation of the closed loop gain, which we call it as AV closed. From figure, it is clear that Vi is equal to Vs minus Vf. Vo is equal to AV into Vi. AV into Vi. So it is AV, Vi is given by Vs minus Vf. And Vf is equal to beta into V naught. So if I substitute the value of Vf here, so V naught is equal to AV Vs minus beta into V naught. So if we take all VO related terms on one side, 1 plus beta into AV will be equal to Vs. So from this multiplied by AV. From this it is clear that VO divided by Vs is equal to AV upon 1 plus beta into AV, which we call it as AV closed. So AV closed is nothing but AV upon 1 plus beta AV. AV is AV open, so this can also be written as AV open divided by 1 plus beta into AV open. So AV open has been already written here. So the closed loop gain is open loop gain divided by 1 plus loop gain. We have seen that beta into AV open is a loop gain for this particular amplifier. So this is the expression for closed loop gain. Now second parameter that we have to calculate is closed loop input impedance, which is indicated by R in closed. We know that to find out the input impedance, we should apply the known voltage source across the terminal, input terminals, and find out what is the current drawn from it. So we have this as Ri plus minus Vi. We apply the known voltage source, say plus minus Vx, and we find out what is the current Ix drawn from it. So we have the configuration something like this on the input side. I am not drawing the complete part. So this is plus minus beta into V naught. So this is the side. You can see that the current that flows through this complete network is equal to Ix. So we can write Vi. So I will write here Vi is equal to Vs minus Vf, and so this is plus minus Vf. On this side there is plus minus Av into Vi, then there is Ro, and then there is a open loop input side. Input side has input impedance is equal to infinite of the feedback network. So this is Vo. So from this we can write Vo or Vf. I will write the expression for Vf directly. So Vf is equal to beta into V naught, which is equal to beta into Vi into Av. Right, so Vi can be written as, from this Vi is equal to Vs or Vx. This Vs is replaced by Vx here, so I will write Vx. So Vx minus Vi beta into Av. So from this we can see Vi 1 plus beta into Av is equal to Vx, but from this Vi can be written as Ix into Ri. Right, so we can write Ix into Ri into 1 plus beta into Av is equal to Vx. So we can see that Vx upon Ix will be equal to 1 plus beta into Av into Ri, or we call this quantity as R enclosed. So R enclosed is equal to 1 plus beta into Av, which is equal to Av open multiplied by Ri. So input impedance has improved in case of voltage amplifier because of a feedback by a factor 1 plus loop gain. So input impedance has improved. Ideally we want the input impedance of the voltage amplifier to be infinite. If it is not infinite, feedback can be used to improve its input impedance. The third parameter that we have to calculate is closed loop output impedance. Output impedance, which we call it as Rout closed. Now, in order to find out the output impedance, we should apply the known voltage source across the output terminal. So, output terminal we have voltage source Av into Vi, then we have Ro. We have to connect the known voltage source Vx plus minus Vx. We have to find out the current drawn from this Ix. The feedback network has the input side with infinite input impedance. So this voltage will be equal to Vx in this case. It is very clear. And then the voltage controlled voltage source whose value is beta into V naught, which is equal to Vx. On the input side there is Ri. The voltage across this is equal to Vi. the input signal source or input voltage source should be short circuited. Input voltage source should be short circuited, so we connect it in this way. So we can find it, we can see that Vi, so this is plus minus Vf, Vi is equal to minus beta into Vx, minus beta into Vx. So to find out the this current Ix, the current Ix going in this direction will be equal to 0 because there is an open circuit. So this current should be equal to Ix. The voltage at this point is Vx. Voltage at this is AV into Vi. So voltage at this point is AV into Vi. So the current flowing through RO is Vx minus AV into Vi divided by Ix will be equal to RO, or we can write it like Ix is equal to Vx minus AV into Vi divided by RO, and Vx or AV into Vi can be written as Vx minus AV. Vi is minus beta Vx plus beta Vx divided by RO is Ix. So from this it is clear that Vx divided by Ix is equal to RO divided by 1 plus beta into AV, which we call it as R out closed, but RO is R out open, so it is equal to R out open divided by 1 plus beta AV is AV open. So the output impedance has reduced by a factor 1 plus loop gain. Ideally, the output impedance of the voltage amplifier should be 0. If it is not 0, feedback can be used to improve its output impedance, that is to decrease its output impedance. Feedback will help in reducing the output impedance of the amplifier, voltage amplifier. Now with this we will see example based on this ideal case. Suppose we take here single ended output differential amplifier. So this is single ended output differential amplifier. This is ISS. Input is applied here, output is taken from this point, and the feedback network consists of two capacitors C1 and C2 connected in series, and the output voltage across C2 is connected as an input to the MOSFET M2. We know that the differential amplifier will amplify the difference between Vin1 and Vin2, that is Vg1 and Vg2. So Vg1 is Vin, while Vg2 is equal to a feedback signal Vf. This is Vf, Vout. Here we are assuming that the values of C1 and C2 are such that at the frequency of interest this current is almost equal to 0. So when current can be 0? When C1 and C2 offer the input impedance, which is, or the impedance equal to infinite. So this is the case where we are assuming, so this is M3, M4, C1 and C2 are chosen such that they doesn't load the feed forward amplifier. Feed forward amplifier consists of M1, M2, M3 and M4, that is single-ended output differential amplifier. This is equal to VDD. Now suppose we have to find out. In this case, we can see that the input impedance, this input impedance is infinite. So we don't have to calculate. Even after feedback, input impedance is not going to change, but the closed loop gain and the output impedance we have to calculate here in this case. Okay, now we know that, so two different methods are used. In case of ideal network, we can use the method of calculating the loop gain by breaking the loop and applying the test voltage, find out what is the receiving voltage at the other end of the breakpoint, and find out VR divided by VF or VR divided by VT to find out a loop gain. So in this case, we know that AV open, that is the open loop gain of the single-ended output differential amplifier, is given by GM1 into RO2 parallel RO4. Remember that this input terminal is called non-inverting terminal. So when you apply any voltage, if you increase the voltage at this point, the voltage at the output point will increase. If you decrease the voltage at this point at input 1, the output voltage will decrease. So V in 1, so this side I will call it as a V in 1, this side I will call it as a V in 2. V in 1 side is always in phase with the output voltage, so that's why it is marked as plus. It is called the non-inverting terminal. If you apply any voltage on the input side V in 2, if you increase the voltage at V in 2, the output will decrease, and that's why it is called as a inverting terminal, shown by minus sign in the symbol. So because of this, input is applied on V in side, we are writing the expression for the open loop gain. In order to find out the open loop gain, the feedback has to be broken. So we have connected this point to ground. So we can see that VF is equal to 0 and the gain of the amplifier is very clear, that is GM1 RO2 parallel RO4. It is positive because input is applied on the non-inverting side. R in open is equal to infinity, that is clear, that I am not going to explain. But R out open without feedback, that is in absence of feedback signal is made 0, output impedance is RO2 parallel RO4. Now what is required for us to calculate is only loop gain. If we are able to find out the loop gain, we can write down the expression for AV closed, R in closed and R out closed directly. So we know the method of calculating the loop gain. What is to be done is the feedback network has to be broken. So we broke it here and apply the test signal Vt at this point and find out what is the voltage VR that is achieved at the other end of the feedback network, the breakpoint. So we can see that, and the input signal should be made 0. So on this side, this input signal should be made 0 to find out the loop gain. So we can see that the voltage at this point, X I will call it as Vx. Vx is equal to Vt. This is C1. C1 upon C1 plus C2. If we know the voltage at the gate of M2, we can write directly the output voltage. So VR, that is the output voltage, is equal to input voltage Vx multiplied by gain. Gain multiplied by input voltage is output voltage Vx. What is the gain in this case? So it should be very careful. So gain can be written as, in this case, it is minus GM1 or 2, that doesn't matter, GM1 RO2 parallel RO4. Why negative sign has been written? Because input has been applied to inverting terminal. So this is written as minus GM1 RO2 parallel RO4, and Vx is C1 upon C1 plus C2 into Vt. So you can see that VR by Vt is equal to minus GM1 RO2 parallel RO4 into C1 divided by C1 plus C2. Now we know that the loop gain, that is A into beta, is always minus VR by Vt. So it becomes GM1 into RO2 parallel RO4 into C1 upon C1 plus C2. Once we have the expression for loop gain, it is very simple to write the expression for AV closed. AV closed is always equal to AV open divided by 1 plus loop gain. So which is equal to AV open is GM1 into RO2 parallel RO4. We have written it previously, AV open here, divided by 1 plus loop gain. So 1 plus loop gain is GM1 RO2 parallel RO4 into C1 upon C1 plus C2. This is AV closed. Similarly, R in closed in this case is not going to change because it is already infinite. Infinite multiplied by something will be again infinite. And R out closed, we have seen that the output impedance reduces by factor 1 plus loop gain. So R out open divided by 1 plus loop gain, which is equal to R out open is RO2 parallel RO4 divided by 1 plus loop gain is GM1 RO2 parallel RO4 into C1 divided by C1 plus C2. So in this way we can handle the problem, provided that the feedback circuit is ideal. It doesn't load input side of the feed forward amplifier and output side of the feed forward amplifier. So we can use this method, but altogether different method will be used for solving the problems when the loading effect has to be taken into account. We will see one more example to find out the effect. So we will see one more example here. Suppose we have the amplifier something like this. I will solve the similar kind of example with loading effect later on. So we have suppose this is equal to I1, input voltage is applied here V in, output voltage is taken from this point, this is RD, and the feedback network consists of, so instead of capacitance I will take here resistances. This is R1 and R2. Now we have to assume that R1 and R2, they are very large in value, so that the current flowing in this direction is very close to zero, then there is no loading effect. So somebody will say that how it is possible. Suppose R1 is equal to 1 kilo ohm, R2 is equal to 1 kilo ohm. In that case the current will be very large. We have to include the loading effect. But suppose R1 is 100 mega ohm and R2 is also 100 mega ohm, then the current flowing through R1 and R2 will be almost very close to zero. because output voltage is a small quantity. So this is VDD. So in this case we have to find out the expression for gain. So we can write down the expression for AV open. In this case, because it is a common gate amplifier without feedback, so if I break the feedback here and make the feedback signal 0, so in this case this is M1, AV open will be equal to RD divided by 1 by GM1. We are neglecting RO, so it is GM1 into RD. Gain is positive because it is a common gate amplifier. R in closed or R in open will be equal to 1 by GM1 because this point is at ground, feedback signal is removed, so this resistance is 1 by GM, so that will come into picture, so that I am not showing here, 1 by GM1. Then we have R out open will be equal to RD. So these are the values. Now suppose we have to find out the closed loop parameters. So what has to be done? The feedback has to be broken at a particular place. So I will be breaking it. We know that I will be applying here VT. The input signal should be made 0. Now you should understand that in this case input quantity is a voltage. The reason is the feedback signal. R1 and R2 is a feedback network. So the feedback signal is applied at the gate and the input voltage is applied at the source terminal. So that's why it is a voltage amplifier input. So if Vin is connected to 0, to find out so Vt is applied here. Vt is applied here. Just 1 minute. Vt is applied here. We have to find out what is Vr here. So we know that the voltage at this point is Vx is equal to Vt into R2 divided by R1 plus R2, and Vr, that is the output voltage, is minus, or I will say Vx into gain AV. Input voltage at the gate terminal multiplied by gain will be equal to Vr. So AV is minus GM1 into RD. It's a common source amplifier without source degeneration, into Vx. So which is equal to minus GM1 into RD, and Vx is R2 divided by R1 plus R2 into Vt. So you can see that Vr divided by Vt, or I will write minus Vr by Vt directly, which is equal to A into beta. Beta into A or A into beta is equal to GM1 RD into R2 divided by R1 plus R2. So once the loop gain is available, we can write the expression for AV closed easily. So AV closed is equal to, always gain reduces by a factor 1 plus loop gain. 1 plus loop gain. This is loop gain. So AV open is GM1 RD divided by 1 plus loop gain is GM1 RD into R2 divided by R1 plus R2. R enclosed. R enclosed, input impedance always increases when the voltage feedback is there. So R in open multiplied by 1 plus loop gain. Remember that feedback always takes the input and output impedances in ideal directions. R in open is 1 by GM1, very small, but it will be multiplied by 1 plus GM1 into RD into R2 divided by R1 plus R2. So input impedance will increase. R out closed is equal to R out open divided by 1 plus loop gain. So which is equal to R out open is RD divided by 1 plus loop gain, that is GM1 RD into R2 divided by R1 plus R2. So in this way we can handle the calculation of closed loop parameters if the feedback network is ideal. If the feedback network is not ideal, how to solve the feedback networks or the closed loop amplifiers with feedback in detail analysis we will see in the next session.